Alright, so in simple things you can do with chops. In this one, we're going to take a look at the spring chop. Okay, so what I have here is just a very simple animation. I have my test rubber toy and it moves. And what I've done is I have my basic movement, and then I've just created an empty keyframe here at the end. Okay, so the chops will have additional information to calculate. Okay, I'll just, this is at frame 48. Let's get it to 24. Okay, let's make it move. We'll move it fast enough. So what we need to do is just right click here on the Z axis where we've done the animation and add a spring chop or a spring chop. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Like if I press play now, you'll get to see, there you go. And then we can do some simple things like I can give it some damping so the animation will die out. Yeah, and we can also give it, like if you increase mass, it'll, create more wiggle. So we can, I think less mass was fine. And then we can also add like spring constant, which gives you like the lower it is, the more it tends to wiggle. See, it's, and then the higher it is, the less it'll do it. So now let's say what I want to do with this is I only want the head or the top half to wiggle and the bottom half to not. Okay. So what you can do is I can duplicate this. Let's call this spring and I'll do copy paste. So what happens is that in the copy, you won't get any kind of wiggle because it's only exporting it to this one. You'll see like that, or that brown thing at the end. So the chops is only getting exported to this guy, like not to this one. This one is without, like you can see the ghosting here. So that one doesn't have the wiggle. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to take an attribute adjust float in the standard one, and I'll just give it an attribute called mask. And let's visualize this. Okay. And set this to line. And I'll make it 0 to 1 in the y-axis, and then we just take a point warp and we can blend these together. So take the normal, we'll call it normal movement, and this is the spring. The spring will come into the second input, and just drop in here and take a bind node to bring in the mask. And then take an import point attribute. The default is at position, which is what we want. And I'll connect the second input in there. So if we plug this into the position, you'll see like it has the spring. Okay. And if we connect the default position, then it is without the spring. Okay. And then I can just take a mix node and I can mix these together. So 1, 2, and the mask comes into the third, and just plug that in, and there you go. And then you can adjust the spring constant to whatever you want. If you wanted to jiggle more, or if you only want like this half to jiggle and that half to not, so you can do things like that as well. Like if I come up here, maybe if I change this to, I don't know, let's change it to radial. I don't know what we'll get. Let's change it to radial. Okay. What does that give me? Yeah, okay. So we're getting, see. So you can do stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.